Start with pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Close doors. Carl, could you close the door, please? Thank you. Huh? Oh, you left me know. Do we have the air conditioning on? Oh, we don't? Oh, and then.
I didn't see mine, that's why I opened it.
Oh.
You can close it if you want.
Okay, next thing would be roll call. Dan Lance here.
Mr. Postoli here.
Gil Corrigan, District Manager. Fred Berlinski here.
Maureen Jensen here.
Cynthia Fagan Perry here. Ellen Quinn here.
David D'Agostino, I'm your attorney, and Chief. I was supposed to questions. Gil, do you have a list for us? Okay, great. So, because we want to keep that with the minutes, so we keep the thing going.
Safety instructions.
Yep.
That's what I was talking about.
Graduated lenses here. I gotta work my way down. Okay? You've got to get the right angle of the head. Safety instructions. The exits in the back and the exits over here on the side. Approval of meeting minutes. The June 15, 2017 Board of Directors meeting minutes. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion has been made. Seconded. Dan Lance. All in favor?
Nay. They were changed
1, 2,
from what I
3,
submitted.
4 in favor and 2 opposed. Motion carries. Approval of the July 20th meeting, Board of Directors meeting minutes. Motion approved.
So moved.
Motion made. Seconded. Dan Lance. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Carried. We're talking about the minutes, by the way. I want to thank Dan for working on getting them all, making sure everything's on the SOS report. Department reports. We're going to start with Fire Chief's report.
Good evening,
Brown.
everybody. Good evening. Just a continuation of last month, we continue to move forward on a multitude of different fronts. I'd like to talk about personnel first. We have 24 members on staff, 3 members are on long-term JI. Lieutenant Adam Duplays resigned at the end of July to take a job with the Belleville Police Dispatch. And Division Chief James Cady is retiring on the 19th and will become the fire chief in the Western Coventry Fire District. They've been going along for some time looking for a fire chief and chosen in-town candidate. I can tell you I'm sad to see him go. He does a great job when you reach out to him and we need things done. So he is certainly a loss to us. 3 new probationary firefighters were hired. They will start their 4 weeks of training on August 21st, 2017, before going on their platoon assignments. One of those new hires just graduated last Friday from the Municipal Fire Academy. Fred Berlinski and Gail Corrigan and myself attended the graduation. And it was very, very nice to say the least. I think we were all very impressed with what goes on in the Municipal Fire Academy. It's 9 weeks of intense training, from exercising to doing what they need to do. Very paramilitary run, very, very nice, and a very nice graduation ceremony, to say the least. So,
It would have been nice if everybody else had been notified that they were having that.
Yeah, I would have loved to have attended.
Maybe all the people from the board would have wanted to go.
We'll make sure that the next time there's a graduation, because it's something, after seeing it and how it works, I personally would not want to hire anyone who doesn't go through that. I mean, it's that impressive. It's only the second graduating class, but they've really done one heck of a job. We couldn't possibly prepare our people as well here, so thank you, Chief, for setting that up. Chief Brown was very instrumental at the state level with working on those things, so it's really an
long
addition.
overdue out there. And certainly I'm willing to take anybody out to Exeter to see this fire academy. It's absolutely unbelievable. definitely long overdue for the state. And like you said, that's true. It's only the second graduating class. The other class graduated 12 weeks before that. They've had a municipal police academy for 50 years.
They've been talking about the fire one for ages and ages. I'm surprised they finally got it going.
And it's come to fruition. The standard practice is going to be to have a class in April and a class in September. So municipalities or even an individual that wants to go through a volunteer department can, but it's a daytime training class. So you know when they're going to happen. This class was particular because East Providence hired 12 firefighters and it fell outside their schedule. So we were fortunate enough that one of our candidates was in the class, plus 3 from Cumberland and 3 from Smithfield, I believe. So, but it's very, very nice, and I would take anybody out there, and maybe in the future we'll have a few more graduating from there. So hopefully that's the
Okay.
case. So with the retirement of with Adam Duplass leaving and Chief Katie, there's going to be a couple promotions that are going to happen this Sunday. Captain Blanding will be promoted to Division Chief, and James Magno, who's currently a lieutenant, will be promoted to Captain. I did put it out there to the union, and you're seeing it tonight. On October 21st of 2017, I want to have a swearing-in promotional ceremony for, and going back a lot of years, guys that haven't had the opportunity to have their loved one pin their badge on their chest, and the guys that are getting promoted to be recognized at a ceremony that we can probably have over at the town hall annex, and then maybe have a little reception afterwards. But
Good idea.
it's a pretty good thing. You probably can put it on your calendar. That's what we want to do, and it'll be a lot of nice pomp and circumstances and recognize these guys for what they've done and what they've accomplished and where they are. Emergency incidents, I got to tell you, it's been quite busy. We had a 30-foot travel trailer fire down the end of Allison Avenue, probably an 85-degree night with 80% humidity. Fully involved by the time we got there. It was determined to be a unknown cause of fire, most likely arson, so they're checking into that. State Fire Marshal was there. We had a small structure fire on Station Street. We had a gas grill that exploded with the resident receiving first-degree burns on his face. It looks like there was a malfunction with the gas regulator. We had a cardiac arrest in the fire district with great results that the person ended up walking out of the hospital. So a testament to the level of people that you have on your rescues here. We had a respiratory arrest from multiple bee stings. A gentleman sadly got stung by 5 bees, highly allergic, and ended up passing away about a week later. And the last thing was, obviously, everybody has seen that we had a double drowning on Johnson's Pond in the recovery effort. I've been involved in these before, but from the time of the call to the time we located the victims and got them out was about 11 and a half hours. Due to some incredible multi-agency work on the resources that were called in, I can't say enough about the Rhode Island State Police. They have a piece of equipment in their boat. It's called Sights, Sonar, Radar. They went out, they identified a couple areas, 2 in particular, and where the boat ended up, we decided to check that area first, and within 30 minutes we found the first victim, and within 10 minutes of that we found the second victim. After the incident was over, I pulled all our people together that were on scene. We briefed it out, what we could do better, what we could change. We all thought that we really had our hands around it, but I was really just concerned about our people, make sure mentally they were okay, and they were, because very tragic scene and very tragic results. So, on the next page, apparatus. Engine 7 is still in the shop, but we've been having a lot of problems getting parts for the truck from Ferrara out of Louisiana. I think today we're talking to Tapco down the street here. It appears that the parts will be finally here on Monday, so that's good. Rescue 4 went up to specialty vehicle for repairs, and those were all warranty items. Rescue 7 was out of service for 5 days just for a punch list of items that were on it. That was completed. Engine 4, the brand new truck, has already had just a little problem, which we have a little punch list that we're working on. But this case, a starter solenoid went on the truck. It was a Friday night, but we were able to locate one, make the repair, and keep the truck in service. And the night of the drowning on Johnson's Pond, we had a problem with Marine 7. We had an electrical fire under the dash that We actually had actual flames, it wasn't just something melted. We were able to, the guys on the boat, I mean, the fire wasn't that big, so they were able to extinguish that. But the only thing we had left on the boat for lighting was just one spotlight on the front of the boat. If you ever saw this boat, it has a multitude of lights on it. So that was pulled out of the water on Tuesday. I went and got it today. It's back in service. It's back on Johnson's Pond full-time. But seriously, the boat has got issues. And it's enough to keep it going for now. We do have a plan. Maybe we're kind of looking at maybe a different type of boat or something, and probably look around to do something with that.
I guess we shouldn't have sold all of our boats that we had all over the place. We should have kept a couple for spares.
We have two Achilles inflatable boats, but really, honestly, I think what we need is like a 18, 20-foot pontoon boat. And we're all in agreement on this. It's a freshwater pond. We could get into shallow water with it. We could remove the front seats, have more deck space to put personnel on, or victims if there was in the water and they got back injuries and stuff. You could use it for a multitude of things. And let's face it, we really don't need to get there fast. It's more about getting there and being able to work it. The other night, the other morning, when we did recover the victims, one of the firefighters was on the side of Marine 7, and as he was trying to help get the person out of the water, the boat was
tipping.
almost tipped. So it does have issues, but maybe we can, I have a plan, hopefully maybe we can work with a marina or something, and maybe get one donated, because we can use the motor that's on a current boat. So.
Cindy, that was the one that sank when the plug wasn't put in.
The
And,
one that they just had problems with?
yeah, and number two, we can use the same engine. Usually the engine costs more than the boat, okay, and it is a 4-stroke. And with that, when I used to dive off a pontoon boat in Lake George, Saratoga Lake, all those. It's a heck of a lot safer. And we have the Johnson's Pond when they have the fireworks. It's a great flotation area for the firefighters to be on, rather than just a wobbly boat.
And the maintenance board that I talked about last month has been installed in the captain office, so everybody knows when the next PM of the vehicles are coming up. That's apparatus. Equipment-wise, the extrication tools, we have 3 sets of extrication tools in the department. They were inspected. They were in need of a lot of repairs to keep them in service, so they have been sent out to shipments. It's going to probably take a couple months for that all to happen. Because we have loaner equipment from them to use in place of it until such time we get our equipment back. Each set is probably going to take about 2 weeks to make the repairs on before we get them back. Another vital piece of equipment. The other thing was 10 air packs were ordered. Once again, the air packs that are in the department are very, very old, don't meet the standard anymore, so this will go a long ways in providing the respiratory protection for the firefighters when they need it. Station work continues to go on. We really haven't been over Station 3 a lot lately. The weather and the humidity has kept us out of there, plus vacations, but we do plan on getting back in there and cleaning it up. I know the guys have been over and cut the grass and that. Firefighters continue to do the renovations of the day room at Station 4. I asked the board if you're there, stop in and see it, and and thank the guys for what they did, because it is absolutely, they've done a great job. We've also lined up a contractor to do several repairs out at Station 7. I think you remember it was they had a leaky roof and ceilings were damaged and windows were damaged and stuff. So we're working forward to getting a contractor. We have the contractor. We just got to order the stuff to get in there and do it. Fire Marshal's office. They continue to do incredible work. The other day they went out and did, I think, 15 resale home inspections in one day. 15. It's just crazy, just the smoke detector inspection. Plus there's been a lot of plan reviews and fire alarm reviews, fire investigations, because we've had several fires, and on those fire investigations require a follow-up. One of the fires, and I didn't mention it in here, but it happened several months ago before I was hit, it involved a mailbox. So that's like a federal offense. So we're pursuing that with the State Fire Marshal's office, and we need to do that. The training schedule like last month has been developed. It will be administered by the new division chief when he comes on board. I did answer one request for open records from a guy named Bruce Allen, I believe. He puts this big stat together. It wasn't like he was looking for anything, but he puts a stat together for all of New England on fire calls and rescue calls, and he does a great job. So I provided that information to him, and he was all set. We're also working on obtaining Wix cards for the truck. So we can buy diesel fuel at the local gas station. So the station out on Flat River Road don't have to come all the way to town. They can do it at Murphy's Mobile. The other thing is that the fuel that we've been getting from the town is of poor quality, and that just leads to more maintenance problems. And so we're not really sure what we're getting up there. So we're working on moving forward with that and getting that done. And last but not least, the firefighters and the officers in the department have just been incredible to work with over the last 8 weeks. There's a renewed spirit amongst all the guys on the department. And for the people that have stopped in and see that, I think you'd be very impressed. So that's it. Respectfully submitted.
Just, it's incredibly good, just awesome the way you guys are up, just helping out and doing everything. One thing to keep on for the fire marshal. Think about it. Did Kevin report to the camera?
Yep. Also, yep.
Okay, so we're all set. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. What I think you can see happening is the important part is, we've gone through the stages, and now we're on to the rebuilding and taking care of the safety, getting the air packs, very important. So we're starting to address all the neglect that's happened over the last 5 years. We're going to be working on the radios next year, okay, because that's the next thing we need is radios, so all the districts can talk to each other. All the various things that have just been run down. It's not just trucks, it's everything. But the radios will help us communicate with all the other districts.
The radios we currently have are just falling once again into disrepair, and the batteries are so old, the programming is wrong with them. They have to be narrowband, that's another problem. It goes on and on with the radios.
Okay, so that's another thing that we're addressing. Is there anything else that you know of, any other items that we need to address soon?
I think the next big one is the radios. And the other things I believe we're going to try to work on a grant and try to get those items.
Jack Reed's office is having a class on grants. If anybody on the board would like to go, or anybody, it's in September. You've done it before, right?
Yeah, I got a lot.
When in September?
He'll get
I forwarded you the email, because I had written his office an email asking about grants when I saw all the money go out, so I went on his webpage and I said, hey, we're here, we'd like a little bit of your cash.
So you don't
Have we been cleared because there was a problem with the grants from
Just apply, you have to
previous
just
year?
apply, and you probably start with little ones, Cindy, but
Okay.
you just apply, and that's how you get back to the list.
Okay.
So, that's it. Any other questions of the chief on the report?
Chief, did you want to mention the promotional exam coming up?
I'm sorry,
The
Kevin.
promotional exam coming up?
Oh, yes, we do have a promotional exam coming up at the beginning of September 9th for captain and lieutenant. The big thing is we had 5 people put in for lieutenant and there's 4 vacancies. So it's good. We've got the test, it's been ordered, we're ready to move forward on that. And that's a big thing for that October night, on October 21st too, is to recognize these guys. And that's going to help fill in gaps because these guys have been working a lot of hours too. So,
I think it's time to do some recognition. Definitely, I think all of us will agree that it's time to, again, that's part of the process that we need to get going.
yeah, that'll be a
Yes.
great night.
I'd like to invite any or all of the members who are available to come to our meeting in September annual meeting too. I'd like to be able to recognize them there.
Okay.
So if you kind of let them know, because that's when you get our best turnout, it'd be good. Point that out. Now, when you said 24 members, does that include James, Katie, and Adam?
No.
Okay. So we were 26. You already took them out to get to the 24.
I count 24, then 3 people out long-term.
That's 27.
27,
We got 3 coming in.
and then 2 plays in Cape. I believe.
We'll be, after Monday, when the 3 come in, 3 new recruits, we'll have 1 opening.
Because what I'm looking at says 20, what's our number, 30?
31 with the division chief.
Oh, our number's 31. I was thinking, okay, so we'll have 1 more.
I thought it was 32.
That's the fire marshal.
Oh,
Okay, and when does Mark Captain Landing become the battalion chief? When does that happen?
Officially Sunday morning, but he doesn't come on shift until Monday. So he's
who's
going to walk
replacing on
into,
your-
I'm sorry,
Who's replacing on your shift, Jim?
Jim Magno will become captain of C platoon.
Okay.
But what's going to happen is with any promotions, once after the beginning of September, there's a union bid. So the whole deck of cards could get shuffled again on where guys are. So Captain Magno might not be on C platoon, he could end up on A platoon. Senior guys, they vote on a descending order on seniority, so a lot of times people will move around for whatever reason.
Okay.
But that'll happen. And then, once again, when the new guys are eligible to come on shift and have a bid position, they'll do another bid. That's just how it works.
So we're still, we've got, do we still have the engine from the truck that we had as the loaner?
We had it, New England Fire is scheduled to come pick it up and take it back.
So is that in Washington or are we using it?
Washington.
Okay. 'Cause I didn't know if we were still using that, so.
No, it's going to be important to get engine 7 back because the reserve truck needs some
So I'm saying is that what we have is 2 reserve trucks. We need one of them running it all.
Yeah, the other one, I mean, the reserve truck from New England Fire has no equipment on it.
Yeah.
So to put it in service would be pretty late.
I mean, even the truck we're running out there is, we better call
Well,
it.
what we do now is when they need to borrow a truck, they borrow a truck from Hopkinson,
Okay.
and we've been using that.
How is the mutual aid thing working out? How do you see it working as far as helping out closest units?
It's been very positive. I had a woman come to the station the other day. She was down in the Harris section of town, and if Anne Marie was here, she'd tell you. She lost a loved one at her house down on Eaton Street, which is down that end of town, the Harris end of town. And she was saying that it took 20 minutes for the rescue to get there, so I went and pulled the report. That wasn't the case, it was 9 minutes. But the trucks came out of Ronald Road Station. So I told her, I said, well, you're mistaken, I'm sorry for your loss, but it was only a 9-minute response. And she goes, oh, okay, it just seems like a long time. And if anybody's ever needed a rescue or somebody to be there for them, it seems forever. And then I told her that we changed our response policy. She hugged me. She goes, this is long overdue. And I said, I agree. I've been in this town a long time, and sometimes we put up these boundaries and we can't cross them for whatever reason. And she was elated to the fact that she knew, because she said, well, the trucks are right down the road. And I go, well, that's the case. They're going now. And she was just so happy to hear that. So, and that's what I'm hearing around town, about town.
I've been talking to people about it, and we want to thank you for having put that together. That's been one of those things that sounds so logical, and yet it's been so tough to do. So thank you very much. That's huge for the community.
Great job.
It's huge. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions of the chief? Okay, so
Motion to approve.
motion to approve the chief's report, seconded by
Second.
Helen Quinn. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. No vote. Next item. District manager's report, including tax collector's report. Gail?
So starting on the tax collection page, you can see July tax collection. Now, July tax collection is usually typically very low because the bills that come out August 15th. And I can tell you that in August, we've definitely been a very busy place to stop by. People are coming in, they're paying the bills. So for 2016 taxes, this current year taxes is $137,750.80. 2015 taxes for the first part of that, recall it's a 6-month period, $128.06, and the second part of the 6 months of 2015, $647.67. Interestingly enough, I think we've cleared up a lot of the prior year taxes, so there were actually probably the first time there's been no activity. 2014 and prior years. Interest penalty collected is $7,979.34. So for a total tax collection in the month of July 2017 of $146,505.87. For the outstanding taxes, you can see, and I've that we had at this time $811,876.28 outstanding for this current year. These these are the taxes that people are paying, or have paid in August. So a bulk of those have already been paid, and next report is year end, we'll see what we did. And then prior year taxes you can see, so the total amount outstanding as of July 31st of $935,592.70. So July is the 11th month of the fiscal year, so that's 92% year to date. In terms of what we budgeted, we're at 88% of year to date. Again, in July is typically very slow month for collections. The prior years, because of the efforts that we've been making, as you can see, it's much above budget, about $400,000. As we budgeted $250,000. Probably the one thing that's been going very, very well is the rescue run recovery. Even in July, it was I think about $63,000. So at this point, we're at $877,180. So we're on track to end the fiscal year with above $900,000 for rescue run recovery. Now, we're looking next year, probably not going to be budgeting $900,000 because obviously it's more important that the closest rescue gets to the place or the person rather than for us to get the tax money, rescue recovery money. So we'll probably we'll take that into consideration for next year. As the chief was alluding to, fire marshal services, we're at $18,639. Obviously, next year we're going to be budgeting more because they are very, very busy. And I understand that we have a new fire marshal that
We just submitted his paperwork to the fire marshal's office today. Lieutenant Shannon, finally, he got his certification, which is absolutely huge. So he had to do 5 projects, those were completed. I signed off on those. They were returned to the state fire marshal's office today to review his packet, and then he'll be given his fire marshal card. So we'll have 3 part-timers in the office, which is going to help out tremendously.
So that means we can be much more responsive to the taxpayers. In the detail reimbursement, again, much over budget, and we did receive the Johnson Homes check, which we received it today. So that will go over $10,000 for this fiscal year.
I don't know one for you,
And
too. On fireworks detail.
Very great. So, looking down at asset sales, miscellaneous revenue, the difference between June and July is a remaining payment on the
No
Hill Farm, sorry, it's like Hill Farm property. So again,
You just sold your building.
yeah,
You gotta watch out.
so again, we're looking. I don't expect too many other. There might be some slight, interest in other dollars, but you'll be at the end of the year about this number. For fiscal year 18, I will be budgeting 265 at least for the sale of the Harris Station. I mean, I'm sorry, it will be 260. So you'll see that in the next budget.
We don't have the money for that yet? The Harris Fire Station, or we
No,
don't? We don't.
no.
So most likely.
What's taking so long with that? That was the first
Getting
piece
it-
of property, so.
Getting it through, that's why we didn't want to go through mortgage. It's an SBA loan and it takes forever. That's why we wanted cash. But in this case, he's taking on mortgages, so it takes a while.
Okay.
So it will be budgeted in fiscal year 18. The audit, CPA, again, a lot of these things on administration, I don't expect it to go up much more than it is, very modestly for August. The big driver for the overages in administrative line items are the legal costs, especially labor and interest arbitration costs, being much more than budgeted. But as we know that those costs will not repeat in 2018.
So what are you gonna budget for next year for legal?
For legal, I think I have,
Is it gonna remain the 45,000 that you have now, or what? Because we should be going over what you're gonna be doing
that's right.
for the budget tonight, not wait until September 18th.
I'll be talking about the budget at the end of my report.
Okay.
Operations is pretty much right on where it should be, a little bit less. I am working with the chief to decide which equipment that are coming into this fiscal year and which one will be in next fiscal year. So for instance, there's air packs, probably a lot of the first payment of that air pack will come this fiscal year, and the second payment will be in the next fiscal year. So I expect that to be pretty much right on budget after we work together in the next few weeks. The personnel costs, there's it kind of evens out exactly where we had budgeted. Although, because we had some vacancies, the overtime is over, but that just offsets the salary line items. And the personnel costs administrative, lower than budgeted. Retiree and separation costs, higher than budgeted, mostly for the payouts, unemployment separation payouts, and then also for medical insurance for retirees. And finally, on other expenditures, the $256,000 for hydrants, that will be the final number for fiscal year 17. Definitely over budget, but again, we now have the number for fiscal year 18 in the 4 quarters, and so that will be the new increase. Streetlights will probably be a little bit under budget, and of course,
They're not increasing?
streetlights are actually, we pay them every month. Fred knows, we have to pay every single one. It's probably like 18 accounts from the different districts and different utilities. They're pretty much right on. They're very
Now,
consistent.
PUC is looking for a huge increase.
Yeah, so we'll probably budget more on that.
Yes, we will have to budget more for that.
Yeah. Capital purchases, you can see the truck, 423, and that's obviously offset by the sale of the fire. That lease claim payments has not changed in this fiscal, this month, and so we now have, as of July 31st, a surplus of about 275. But if you take into consideration that a 92% collection rate, we're headed at 400,000, which is pretty consistent with the last few monthly reports. We've been projecting a surplus of about 400,000. In August, again, when we look into what equipment purchases we would like to bring into this fiscal year, I think we still will have a surplus. It's just going to depend on, it's going to be at least, let's say, 200,000 in a year. Other items, completed a draft budget, all personnel items, administration benefits, private person, private employee, we're waiting, until presented to the board in a session would be to do the tax rollover where Ray Beebe has been assisting us in terms of doing an assessment. So until I get the tax base, how much money we'll be able to put taxes on, that's one of the biggest components. The second, I'm working with the chief in terms of maintenance equipment and all of the line items, and then also putting together a capital budget for next year. So expect to have all those things done by the middle of next week, and I'm ready to go over with either one by one, or if you want to call
We will call a meeting.
a meeting. I would say that it would be completed by Wednesday of next week. The other thing we're doing at the same time is we have to do audit preparation for the year end. The year end is 8/31, so there's many reconciliations that we have to finish. There's journal entries, like compensated absences, a lot of stuff that we need to drop so that we can go right into getting the auditors in here, which I know is a line item coming up. And
orange too.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the golden run.
Yeah.
But
Goldenrod,
that's
orange.
the name of it, it's called golden run.
So they'll be going out in the end of September or
No,
October?
first week in October, because they have to be printed. We're working with Vision, which is the provider that they send out to those.
Okay.
So we're already in contact with them, we're making the changes, choosing the color, things like that.
We've been talking with Vision, we just got it back actually today, and I went down, the evaluation of the district is up around $300,000. I looked at the report. We didn't have a chance to play with it much because they got there late this afternoon. But that would give us an opportunity to look at what the tax rate is going to be and how that's going to fall. So that's a good thing after years of basically falling valuations. Plus there's been a lot of mobility too. So that's a good thing. So we're experiencing.
So all the evaluations are pretty much up, not
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
I know mine went up.
One thing we want to emphasize this year is on the bill, when we're looking through it, we ran into this grace period thing. And grace periods are kind of tough because if you have the bill due November 15th, and then you say, well, you can pay up till November 30th, it's kind of like saying the speed limit is 50, but you can go, I don't know, depends on the cops on duty. So we're kind of in the same boat. So we're really looking to do this year, and we want to bring it out at the meeting. It's on the bill. In fact, I read the bill this morning. We looked through it, and it is very clear on the bill that it's due November 15th.
Except if there's a holiday on the 15th, then you gotta give them a grace period. You can't penalize them.
We say November 15th for postmark, and that's on the bill. It's on the back of the bill. So things are very clear what they are. And so we can, we have to make a decision what we're going to do. Are those the dates the bill's due or not? And I think we need to get the word out that that's when we're due. You have to have some cutoff date. You can't have something hanging in the air, which is the way things have been going, and that's why a lot of people have been. It has to be definitive. If we want to make it November 30th, we'll make it November 30th. But we can't have a gray area because that's what creates problems. So I think we're going to have to make a decision. I think right now we just leave it with November 15th. We make sure we emphasize it. We actually changed a little bit on the front of the bill to make it more clear that the bill is due. And one thing that's very difficult for people when they get past due is that the way the law reads, correct me if I'm wrong, when it goes past due, the whole bill's past due, even if it's first
Yeah,
quarter.
the interest
And
is
so
on the
the
whole
interest and
thing.
penalty is more than what people want to think it is. In fact, technically, the whole bill is due if you go past due in the first quarter. So these are just things that create a nightmare, and it's not fair to Andrew Riggs, who, by the way, I didn't want to recognize. She has done one heck of a job for us this year. Every time we run into a roadblock, she has stepped up and done fantastic. And I thanked her today, and I think we all, when we see her, make sure we give her a thank you.
I thanked her last week when I was in there.
Because she stepped up and she just has kept it going, hasn't she?
Yes, definitely, and she's the one that bears the brunt of this decision. So, one of the things is the decision needs to be made at now or at the annual meeting, now actually, because whatever goes on the bill, it's got to be very clear. We put into the system the date. So if the date's the 15th, the system recognizes the 15th, and then it actually needs that rule. So is it the 15th, is it the 30th, is there a grace period? Because whatever it is, it can be whatever it is, but it has to be put into the system. And then to be fair to Anna Marie, she's got to be able to tell people that it's the 15th, there's no grace period, or there's a grace period to the 30th. Whatever is decided on this board, we just need to decide what it is.
Well, one of the problems we ran into this last time, with it being on the 15th and being on a holiday, was the fact that you're not opening, or you're closing the office on Friday. I know when the town is doing theirs, if the holiday is on Monday and it's the 15th, they're due by Friday. Well, you close the office on Friday,
Cindy, that's...
so you can't do it that way.
That's not the big issue. That's something that you just handle. That's
Well, that's
something...
one thing.
The holiday is on the 10th this year.
Okay, that's just something that you logically will handle.
Well, one thing we can do is a good point, we can make sure that there are no holidays, and make sure that if
If the
the
15th is
15th on Friday, we're gonna make it the next Monday. So that's a very good point, and we will go through that and make sure that these dates, but the bigger question is there a grace period or not? If there's not a grace period, then it's the 15th.
Personally, I think the bill is very explicit, and we also accept postmark, so if it's postmarked by the 15th, we're still gonna take care of it. And I just think it is something, or, you know, it is or it isn't, but you can't have this big gray area, because that's what confuses people.
Chief, what does Hopkins Hill do in a situation like this?
Same thing, you get that extra day.
They get the extra
Yeah, the
day?
extra day, I mean, that's pretty much automatic. I mean,
So there is, if the bill is usually due by the end of the month. So when our bills go out, they're payable the first bill is due in October.
What date in October, just in general?
It's due by the 31st.
Okay, so yours is at the end of the month.
So November 1st, it's late.
The town is the same.
So that's
maybe that's what
the
we should do.
confusion, is that we have ours that's the confusion.
It's in the
is that
middle of
ours
the
are
month.
in the middle of the month.
Right.
Because people say, well, in the town, it's the end of the month, and they give you this grace period, but it's not a grace period, it's just that it's at the end of the month.
So-
The town's the same way.
The town is the
The town
15th
gives
as
you
well.
grace.
Yeah.
The town gives you a grace period. You go for the
But they
town
give you a
15th.
grace period.
But I always pay by the 30th without penalty.
you
Exactly.
could just make it due October 31st.
That's tough, because you're sending out the bills the first week of October, and if there's like a glitch with vision or something, it has to go out another week.
Wait till December, there's anything that's, because we're already, you know, that's September, that's 3 months into the fiscal year before we get paid.
Yeah, November 5th.
September 1st to November, so I don't see waiting until November 30th. That means we have to overtax too much the previous year to have enough cash to get to November 30th. So I don't see that as being a good alternative myself.
You think 15 days means not make a difference?
It's too much payrolls.
Well, the 15th's on a Wednesday this year. Yeah, it's too much payrolls.
So that's real.
But most people don't pay for the last minute. Don't you, once you get that bill out, don't you actually get it all on bills? I mean,
This is true.
What?
Well, once a bill's sent, there's certain people like George Burley that just.
Man, I can't stand having pending.
Yeah, and so I think to Marie's point that that's good. We will get, it's not like everybody's gonna wait until the 15th.
Right.
And because it's such a,
you're not gonna get, it's not gonna get.
you could move it to the 30th.
So maybe we should just look at making it the end of the month and then make it clear that's it. That.
Say that again.
Make it the end of the month, make it November 30th, June.
like the town, he said.
Like,
Yeah,
But the town is not, the town is the 15th.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
it's-
give you the grace period.
They
You
give
serve
you,
the grace
for each quarter, they give you to the end of the month.
Yeah,
Which is
but
what
see,
you
that's
said.
the problem, is you either have rules or you don't.
Yeah, I know, exactly, yeah, I
And
agree.
that's the tough part is, you know, what is it? We can't run it with a gray area, because then certain people start feeling cheated,
Yeah.
and this one get a break, and that one get a break. Either have a rule or you don't.
Even
No,
s-
absolutely.
And so that's really what we have to come up with, is what can minimize it, you know, but again, we're in a public service where, you know, Anne Marie gets the brunt of people yelling and giving her heck, and, you know, we just have, you know, we have to collect the money, I mean, that's the fact.
if
of
it's
life.
due the 15th, Brett, then give them a grace period of a week. At least, in case there's a holiday.
but then
Every
there's
time,
gonna be people like,
every time the entity does it, so your warrant gives you to the end of the month.
So put the bill in due the 30th.
Yes.
You know, I agree, because most people, just makes it easier. Yeah, I think that we could,
Go to the end.
yeah, what do you think, Warren?
yeah.
Dan, would you like to make a motion to make it the last day of the month?
I will make a motion that it's the last day of the month.
So it'd be the last day of November, and the quarterly payments would be the last day of the month.
As long as it's the
Yeah,
tax
30,
office is
November
open, it's not
30th.
gonna be the next day of tax office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Just
So-
having the
All right,
tax
excuse me.
collector.
Excuse me, Marie, please.
So I just happen to know the tax collector at Hopkins Hill, so I texted her, and there is no grace period at Hopkins Hill. So it's due, the month that the bill is due is like October, it's
Yeah.
due on the 31st, and there's no grace period.
I think that would make more
Yes.
sense,
Yeah.
and then we just stick with it. So Dan made the motion and we do
Sorry,
that.
sorry.
Who seconded?
I did. I
It's
said,
not my
you're
vote.
not doing that.
Okay. Cindy seconded.
That's what I got in the minutes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I think that's great, that's super, great discussion. I think that'll cut down a lot of the community. It really,
Yeah. You don't want to repeat this year.
yeah. Okay,
So they're gonna review
so
on.
Gail, what else you got? You're still on your report.
I'm done, unless anyone has any questions.
Any questions for Gail? Helen? No questions? Dan? Okay.
Motion to approve.
I have a question.
Well, all right.
You know, you mentioned on lights, and we're talking about grants. Is there anything we could do about writing for a grant to get ourselves switched over to LEDs? I wonder if there's anything that we could do with,
That was in the charter changes that I wanted
Yeah.
to put in.
but if we could, you know, I mean, we might not get it under the fire grants, but is there anything else we can do?
I don't think there's a way to get it through grants. I mean, Hopkins Hill has contracted with Prism to do an audit and a survey of all our lights. It was $1 a street light. It paid some benefits because there were street lights that weren't there that we were paying for.
Yeah.
So
So
one-
one.
the other problem we have with fire districts trying to buy their street lights is that the legislation currently doesn't allow it. I testified before a legislative committee to get fire districts added. Right now it says municipal, cities and towns,
Yeah.
but it doesn't say fire districts. So, and they're using that as an excuse why fire districts can't buy them. Right now it's in the hands of the PUC. The PUC is going to rule maybe in general that fire districts can purchase their street lights. We're waiting for that to come out. Prism is keeping an eye on that, so it might not have to go to legislative route. It might just go through the PUC. At that time, I know Hopkins Hill is, they're in a position to buy theirs and then convert over to LED because the savings is huge.
We looked into it. The person who did the prisms from what, down Wakefield or somewhere down?
Charlestown.
Charlestown, yeah.
President of the town council of Charlestown is
Yeah.
the gentleman that does that. But it was $1 a street light, but it gave you a very detailed report of where the street lights were, what the lumens of the street lights were. We thought, even though we weren't, because we were hoping that the legislation got approved, but it definitely gave us a good report and worked with National Grid to adjust our lighting bill.
Well, is it possible also, like, to do such an audit that they could somehow, once it's all figured out, like, we have 18 bills and it really is a problem. Is it possible to just have one account? Because we've inherited them, it says like Tayo,
We have 3 at Hopkins Hill.
you have 3?
Yeah, one's an S5 rate and one's an S7 rate. It had something to do how they bill, so, and that doesn't surprise me that the district gets that many, because probably each of the 4 fire districts before they consolidated probably had 2. The other thing that we separated at Hopkins Hill is we separated Center and New England, because we had entered into an agreement on Center and New England Boulevard to help out and pay for some of the street lighting, so we keep that separate. But you said you get 18?
At least, I mean, right?
So, yeah, there's an S5 rate, S7 rate, I don't know why there's that many, but certainly Prism would consolidate that.
Well, I think having this audit sounds like a good.
How do we go about that? Talk to,
So, Jeff Broadbridge,
Oh, I know Jeff Roberts, yeah.
he's the Prism guy, yeah, it was definitely worth the money spent.
Yes, well, we can put it into our fiscal year 18.
see what the cost would be on that? 'Cause that's something we've been talking about a long time ago. We didn't have the money or the wherewithal to follow through. I think now's the time.
I brought that up for 2 or 3 months.
No, I know.
and it
That's what I just said. I was talking over on this
Yeah.
side, but I said that was something we've been interested in for a long
Long
time.
time.
But we didn't have the money or the wherewithal to get
Exactly.
into it at that time. And now is the time when we can get into it. Everything's timing now.
Yeah, we also looked at maybe the town by the streetlights for 5 minutes.
And do that.
And then
I don't know if that works for you, but believe me, there was some, how can we make it a municipal thing, and then we buy them back from the town hall within a 5-minute period. It was looked at. It really was, just to kind of, now the town owns them, the town can buy them, and then give them back to the fire district, because town don't want to be in the lighting district, with street lights, but
They also
but at
have-
the time, Anthony Fire they weren't paying the bill, and it went nowhere. And I get it. So we're sitting on the fence. We had our audit done at the Hopkins Hill. If the PUC rules in favor that fire districts can buy them, we are buying them, and we are going to switch them to LED.
There was also a system where if the town had them, they could get a bunch of free money to switch them over. It's not available to us. We talked about
There is,
that. Yeah, the town could actually switch them over. There's some kind of grants and stuff. But
The savings was like 50% on our side. We have the lighting bill is much smaller than ours. It's about $40,000, but we figured we'd save half that.
yeah. That's something we'll look into. Again, we're progressing, and that'll be the next level thing we look into. So,
The order's probably a good idea.
you know, if you could check and see what we can do about getting into something like that. Any other questions on our expenditures? Anything going over any tax collector's report or financial report? No? With that said, Chair will set the motion to...
I don't know what that in the paper.
I made a motion.
Want that ad in the paper, let them know we'll put an ad in the paper.
Sure, let's do this first. Okay. Okay, motion has been made.
And seconded by Maureen.
And seconded by Norm. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. What Richard wants to just mention, but we don't really have it on here, what we're planning on doing is we want to make sure that, you know, people can't say they don't know about our meeting, so we reserved a section on section 2 of the reminder, one of the top corners, and we're going to place that ad in. It's just a general meeting notification. It's nothing, Central Coventry Fire District, we've got a picture of the fire truck up there, so that could be catchy, and it's going to be in that color. And then just announcing the meeting and the voting. People will be able to vote from 5:30 on to vote for officers, and then they can leave if they want. They don't have to stay for the general meeting. The general meeting starts at 7, and we'll go until we're completed, and then voting on the budget will be done at the conclusion of the meeting, and people can vote for the officers right up through the end of voting. So that's
When
going
are
to go
you
in the
starting the
paper.
voting? What time are you starting?
5:30.
5:30?
Yeah, so if people just want to, on their way home from work, come and vote, they can. If they want to stay, that's fine. Maybe they'll get there and see it's worth staying, and they can set up a hot chocolate stand or something. So we want to really reach out. We've been talking about it as a board since we first started, how we want to reach out to the community and get more people involved, so that's going to be.
So that was one of the things in the charters when we changed it, was to make sure that there was a big enough ad in the reminder,
Yeah.
plus the times, plus the journal.
Yep, and we're following through, Cindy. Huh? What do you think?
Finally, thank you.
Please, can't just say
You're
nice
never
job, you know?
I said
You're
thank
never happy.
Okay.
With
With that,
I
the
said
district
thank
manager's
you.
report's accepted. New business, taxpayer request. Is Stephen K. up here?
Yes,
Okay.
I want to apologize for not coming at the last meeting. I don't know why, but I didn't realize. I thought my communications was sufficient, but I'm happy to be here to present my case again. First and foremost, let me say, I was late. I was late on the second quarter, and I was late on the third quarter. But since that has occurred, my bill pay reminder now gives me a week ahead before it's due. It says, you got to pay taxes. So it's not going to ever happen again. The other thing is, I put together a spreadsheet, pretty adept Excel spreadsheets, using the 1.5%. I'll give you, I understand the full amount, I understand the amount of water. And it came to like a total of like 33 days interest I should pay. I'm using 1.5% in my calculations, and they came out slightly different than what I was billed for. There's a difference of about $11 and change. When I paid the fourth quarter, which we paid a week ago, I Well, I added to that what I calculated based on our spreadsheet, excluding the extra 30 and change, which I believe should be the right amount, not what I was told. So I'm not asking for waiving the entire, I know I was late, I should pay something. Like I said, my spreadsheet, and I sent it to you guys, you can check it out, all the numbers. It says that my penalty should be 30,000 change, which I included in the last payment. And that's, I'm only losing for $11.
Is that what it is, $11?
The difference between what I came up with,
Again,
it's $11.49.
Envision is an algorithm, so the number we come up with is from the vision system.
I think, quite frankly, I think we need to look at how they're coming up with the numbers, because
Maybe they're getting a portion of it?
No,
Vision?
no.
Yeah,
So
basically, I took 100% per month, came up with a daily.
do you have that? Can you?
No, I've got that.
Okay.
It's to
It's
go
just-
through the algorithm of vision
And
and
this
this
one
one
here,
Excel, it's for $11.
I would say, Chair will entertain a motion, if they want anybody to waive the $11 based on the calculations. Gail's kind of looked it over, and it's kind of like getting into the weeds a little bit.
Motion
And
to,
I'd be more
rebate
than
it
happy
back.
to volunteer my time
or
to.
abate.
Sure,
Yeah. Okay, so
Motion to
motion's
abate.
been made to abate the, what is it, $11?
$11.49.
How much, $11.39?
$11.49.
$11.49, Gail, can you handle that, please? So that's for, okay, seconded by Maureen. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, yeah, we'll take care of that.
And
And then
I'm
we're
curious,
gonna need to make sure.
if you would like me to volunteer sometime to look into how it's being done, because that doesn't seem like it's right. Based on
Okay.
spreadsheet, we can compare notes.
Okay.
So, you know how to contact me, I believe you got my email address, so.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Number 2, taxpayer request Ian Toots. Ian?
Ian.
Ian, okay.
Yes. I also want to apologize, I was not at last month's meeting. I had sent in a letter of appeal for penalties on my taxes, and then the first notice I received after that was to attend this meeting today, and that I had not been present the previous month. So to explain the situation, I moved to town last August. I purchased my first house. At the closing on the house, I did not receive the fiscal year 2016 fire tax bill until I received a delinquency notice back in July. I didn't have any records of that tax. So I went to the station and explained the situation, how I bought my house and had not received any of the...
So this was your first tax bill since you moved to town?
Right.
And you, like most people who move to Coventry, have never heard of a fire tax before? Okay, so you joined the ranks. Okay? What the heck's this fire tax? Welcome.
Thanks.
So how much are we talking about here?
I think it was $44.
How much?
$44.57,
Yeah.
which I paid the principal and the interest in full to date on
So
time.
it's $44.57. And, you know, I gotta say, this is a common thing that happens to people when they move to town, that fire tax, and especially like that. Personally, I would